Not only is the weather heating up, the real estate market in Ukiah is as well. And I'm going to give you the rundown on all of the current statistics and trends that we're seeing in Ukiah and how things are selling, how fast they're selling, and how much they're selling for. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Casey Gray. I'm a realtor, broker, associate, mom, and I love helping people live in Ukiah because it is where we live, so why not enjoy it? And it has been a minute since I did a statistics video, a few months, but I'm back and ready to help you understand what today's market is looking like, whether you're a seller or a buyer, and what that means for you. So let's get into it. We'll be comparing June of 2023 to May of 2023 and to June of 2022. So in June of 2023, the amount of homes that were for sale was 44 compared to 53 the month before and 62 the year before. So we have a downtrending amount of inventory. A lot more was selling last year as well. So in June of 2023, 9 houses sold. In May of 2023, 7 houses sold. There was 9 more houses for sale in May than there was in June, yet still less selling. So things are picking up. But in June of 2022, 17 houses sold. So we are down about 8 sales since the year before. And then when it comes to price per square foot, in June of 2023, the average sold price per square foot was $296. So out of the threes, in May of 23, it was $288. And in June of 2022, it was $370. So that's $74 less a square foot that we're getting this month than we were getting the year before. And while I don't love to use price per square foot as like a measuring guide for each individual house, because it really is dependent on the house, the condition, the quality, the neighborhood, all of those different things, but it is very interesting to see the difference up from the month before, which is good for you if you're a seller. For days on the market, we are sitting at 80 days on the market average, and that's including escrow and whatnot. So that's not just days sitting active on the MLS. And then in May of 23, the average was 109. And in June of 22, the average was 68. So things were selling a lot quicker last year than they are this year. And the average active price in June of 23 was $880,000. So that is pretty high for our area. If you've been watching my market updates, typically we're around 6 or 7 in such a small quantity of homes of 44. You know, it could just be the difference of one extra $1 million house, but it's definitely interesting. In May of 23, the average active price was $837,000, and then in June of 22, the average sold price was $615,000. And the average sold price in June was $477,000, so a bit lower than our active price, which kind of shows you that those higher end homes aren't selling as quickly because they are definitely affecting our active price. In May of 23, the average sold price was $495,000, and in June of 22, it was $634,000. So June's active price, which was $615, compared to June's sold price, $634, is a lot closer than $880 compared to $477. Now on to the best part of all, months of inventory. If you're new here, months of inventory is what determines it to be a buyer's market or a seller's market. If it's 1 to 4, it's a seller's market. If it's 4 to 6, I call it a neutral market. And if it's 6 and up, then it is a buyer's market. So in June of 23, we are back down to 4.6 months of inventory, whereas in May of 23, it was 6.8. So heavily a buyer's market. We're out of that neutral market zone in May. And that is due to the large amount of listings for sale versus the low amount that's sold. And then in June of 22, the months of inventory was 3.4, so a seller's market. We're currently in a neutral market, which is good. Someone was asking my opinion on the market and what a bunch of new houses would do, talking about the new construction. And personally, as both a buyer, a seller, you know, someone who helps both of those people and, you know, invest in the market myself, I find that a neutral market is fair for all. I don't want to have to be running around writing 842 offers on for one client and not being able to get it because of, you know, being outbid. And I also don't want to have my listing sit for 300 days. So I am perfectly content with a neutral market. I do not think it is necessary to have zero inventory coming on and a lot of houses selling. I do think that the demand is there. The US is severely lacking housing for all types of people, so I don't think that new housing can hurt anyone. I do think that it will make things a bit more competitive. If you're a seller, you're going to have to do a bit more work before you put it on the market because people are getting pickier and pickier. So that is my opinion. If you're looking to sell a house, you know, reach out to me. I can give you a free analysis on what your home might be worth, and that is changing constantly. So if I gave you one of those 6 months ago, it could be completely different than it is today. And then if you're looking to buy, don't overthink it. Just talk to a lender, get pre-approved, get a budget, get a savings plan if that's something that's necessary, and let's get you in the market. The best way to get in the market is to start, especially if you're currently renting. It's no fun with that looming fear of being able to get evicted or not having pets or not being able to paint your wall pink if you want. So reach out to me if you have any questions about buying or selling or about what's going on in Ukiah, and check out my July guide to all the events and other things going on. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.